My wife actually undressed for me to see. When my wife heard my firm attitude, she had no choice but to compromise. She directly took off her clothes from the front. But your strength should be lighter. Seeing the spring scenery in front of me, my eyes uncontrollably swept away in madness. Stop, stop. I asked you to take off your outer clothes for convenient healing, not to strip completely. Hearing my true intentions, my wife felt ashamed and unable to endure. She directly snatched the medicine bottle and threw me out. She forcefully closed the door. Why did she suddenly get angry? She clearly wanted to undress for me just now. Indeed, women are unreasonable. After 7 days, the flying vessel I was on finally arrived within the borders of Cloud State. Looking at the bustling scene before me, it can be considered arrived. This trip turned out to be quite eventful. A transmission echoed throughout the city. Welcome all talented individuals to the most prosperous capital of the 9th state, Cloud City. During the 5-day grand event in the 9th state, the ruler of Cloud State has prepared exquisite food and fine wine to await your arrival. The once in 300 years talent festival is still presided over by the governor of the 9th state. Fair and just. There is also good news. We have successfully invited a mysterious senior from Flying Immortal Mountain to come. This broadcast isn't referring to me, right? Could it be Ningshu and the others? Afterward, a super-large flying vessel landed steadily here. Could this be Amiao's father? This little girl must have some background. Looking at her demeanor and those familiar cat ears, it must be Amiao's father without a doubt. As Amiao's father arrived, the ruler of Ghost State also arrived late. Unexpectedly, she is a beautiful woman, but the anticipation of everyone has just begun. Have all the governors of the 9th state arrived? Only the senior from Flying Immortal Mountain is missing. It is said that this senior is elegant and extraordinary, with an immortal temperament and Taoist aura. At this moment, a voice came from the crowd. Look, there is a person in the sky. They saw a man with an extremely pretentious aura slowly landing from the sky accompanied by countless petals. A loud voice shouted, the invincible Chen Chang'an, who has defeated all opponents, has arrived. The little fangirls who have been waiting for a long time are already excited. It's really the senior. The senior is so handsome. I want to have his child. However, as soon as he landed, a group of fangirls had already crowded around him. Senior, did you really defeat an immortal with one palm? Senior, do you have a wife? Meanwhile, the real Chen Chang'an here is feeling miserable like a little brother. But what surprised me is this guy actually pretends to be so convincing, almost making even me believe that he is the real Chen Chang'an. And those fangirls have already been deceived and confused by this imposter. And this imposter, upon seeing this, becomes even more arrogant and forgets himself. It seems that the original hasn't come. It's not in vain that I killed someone halfway and intercepted the invitation letter to start my plan legitimately. Under the influence of my bewitching demonic technique, liking will turn into deep love, admiration will turn into belief, and they may even worship me as a god. After all, I haven't had any accidents on this pretentious road. This time, I will definitely make good use of this fool, Chen Chang'an. This time, I'm sure to make a fortune. As for those who are deceived, what does it have to do with me? After all, they were deceived by the Chen Chang'an from Flying Immortal Mountain, detecting top-level impersonator, and then all the information about this imposter appears in my mind, detecting potential damage to host's reputation. Subsequently, Task 3 will be affected and cause significant harm to the system, deducting domain value 250. Damn, what's going on? Someone is imitating my face, and you deduct my domain value. Do you know how much damage that causes me? The imposter, feeling that his fame is not loud enough, directly throws out numerous elixirs and techniques, declaring that they are just small gifts for everyone, and this action makes those fangirls even more fanatical. Even the female disciples of the Heavenly Fragrance sect are fascinated and enchanted by him. They rush towards the imposter as if they've gone crazy, and my primary wife curiously asks, is the senior from Flying Immortal Mountain very famous? The gorilla also pounces, slaughtering 12 immortals. His legend is well known throughout the 9th state continent. Even a 3-year-old child knows him. Whoever can get close to him is considered incredibly lucky. But as my primary wife, she is naturally unaffected by such external influences. I actually think my husband is more handsome than him. Just then, something that shocked my primary wife happened suddenly. She saw me flying in with a kick and directly kicked that imposter. Chen Chang'an, you little brat, if you don't find a way to make money for me, and still come out here to pick up girls, I'll kick you to death with one kick. The few senior sisters from the Heavenly Fragrance sect behind me were also dumbfounded. That Golden Core Realm kid actually dared to attack a senior. He's tired of living, isn't he? My primary wife was instantly stunned in place, feeling somewhat lost, as if she couldn't see the sun shining tomorrow. But being clever, I immediately nodded and bowed, saying, sorry, I mistook you for my good friend. Your back really looked similar. The imposter also knew it wasn't a good time to lose his temper, so he could only say, oh, I see. No problem. No problem. I hope I didn't hurt you, little brother. Sorry about that. Big brother is really sorry. I'll be more careful next time. So, this lackey is impersonating me. Ha, watch how I deal with you later. The imposter quickly fled the scene with his fangirls in tow, apparently afraid of me kicking him again. The imposter's heart was already exploding with anger. I'll let you escape for now, you little worm, but after the 9th state of N ends, I'll make you suffer 1,000 deaths. But on the surface, he remained composed, exuding elegance at all times. However, my attacks didn't stop. I swung my big hand with full force and slapped him. Good, you! How dare you secretly flirt with girls here behind my back? You even made me mistake the wrong person just now. If it weren't for that brother's kind heart not holding a grudge against me just now. Otherwise, those fangirls seeing me dare to strike again with a flick of my hand. You fucking want a repeat performance? Huh? He is Senior Chen Chang'an, and I immediately put on a show. Are you Senior Chen? I'm sorry. I've admired you for a long time. I've long heard of your deeds. Senior Chen Chang'an is magnanimous and compassionate. A true hero, an exemplar of the people. A person of your stature shouldn't mind a small fan like me, right? Although I'm truly sorry, I really admire you. This imposter is even more over the top with his acting skills. Through gritted teeth, he says, you should be more careful next time. Kid, if it weren't for the senior's magnanimity, I would break your legs in a minute. Kowtow and thank the senior for your great virtue. Meanwhile, that imposter is already on the verge of vomiting due to his grievance. It's not Chen Chang'an's magnanimity, it's my magnanimity. If it weren't for Chen Chang'an's reputation and prestige being useful to me, you would be dead by now, you little bastard. Don't let me catch you privately. I'll make sure you're dead. But this time, I wasn't so lucky. I was directly smashed by the gorilla lions. My whole body twisted like a pretzel. And just then, the mother of the gorilla arrived. She started indiscriminately hammering away, creating a ruckus, making it look ungraceful. As long as you are strong yourself, your idol will eventually become your male pet. Let's go. If I remember correctly, he seems to be called Chen Chang'an as well. Is he related to the senior from Flying Immortal Mountain, or is it just a coincidence? The banquet in the Cloud State is already filled with guests from all over the 9 states, and the blue-haired man crawling on the high platform is none other than Yun Chang'an, the ruler of Cloud State. Yun Chang'an, will handle all the affairs of this 9-state event. Looking at the crazily crowing ruler of Cloud State on the stage, I also recalled, isn't this one of the main culprits who caused a tragic encounter for my wife in the story? This thing is not a good person at all. The surface of the Cloud State governor of a state appears refined and amiable, but behind the scenes, there is an unsightly side, and the Cloud State governor of a state continued to speak. Brothers and sisters, watch me offer a toast to the heavens. Let me toast everyone first. I hope you all have a good time. At this moment, an old man with a white beard said mysteriously, "You're quite polite. As you know, we've had quite a few unpleasant incidents at the border in the past, but today is a rare gathering that happens once every 300 years. It's a grand event left by our ancestors and a time of peace among our states. I hope the ruler of Cloud State can manage a certain short-sighted individual." Then he downed the drink in his cup in one gulp. "Don't play dirty tricks if you lose in the competition later," he added. The man next to him was infuriated by this veiled insult. "Phone, you little piece of garbage," with a sarcastic tone. "Who do you think you are? You want to fight? Am I supposed to be afraid of an old man like you?" Seeing this, the beautiful woman stepped forward to defuse the situation. "It's been many years. The two of you still have such a good relationship," she said. The arrogant man with his hair standing on end snorted like a little girl. "Nangong Tianwen, I heard that you brought the Miao Young Master as well. The Prodigy Tournament has been going on for 4,999 editions, and the opening of the 5,000th Prodigy Tournament is the day after tomorrow. Why not let Miao Young Master give it a try?" Nangong Tianwen quickly declined. Never mind. My daughter has the cultivation of a foolish golden core realm. She won't join in this excitement, but I have noticed that the talents of this generation's prodigies are quite good. Maybe you can accept a closed-door disciple, like the kids from the Heavenly Fragrance sect, for example." Mingyi responded calmly. "They have good spirit, but with their current strength, they probably won't be able to win the top spot in the Prodigy Tournament. Let them broaden their horizons on this trip. What I'm more interested in is who will become the top prodigy in this edition. Which state's prodigy will be able to achieve it?" Suddenly, a loud and thunderous sound rang out. "That must be our Thunder State's prodigy. Our previous prodigy champion was from Thunder State, and it will surely be the same this time. Our Thunder State's prodigy is the strongest." The old man with a white beard became furious. He said, "Bullshit, talking big without fear of spraining your tongue. The champion will definitely be from our Wind State." Amidst their bickering, a clear voice echoed throughout the square. "Senior Chen Chang'an has arrived. I saw that fake me walking with social steps, gradually making his way towards the high platform. Seeing this, all the governors of states stood up and went to greet the imposter. I had long heard of the name of Senior Chen from flying Immortal Mountain. Today, upon seeing him, he truly possesses exceptional talent, extraordinary indeed. Although they all appeared calm on the surface, in secret, they had tried countless times to probe and investigate, but each attempt ended in failure. And this imposter has also put on a good show on the surface, but in his heart, he is cursed for countless years. You cunning boys, trying to use your cultivation techniques to spy on me. Luckily, my techniques are exceptional, completely hidden and impenetrable. Seeing all the little lackeys in the field praising the imposter and criticizing me, I couldn't help but get angry. Damn it, clearly I am the real deal. But as my grandeur unfolds, I rise up fiercely. That's right, Senior Chen is truly a divine being. I completely agree. He is electricity, he is light, he is the one and only myth. The surrounding lackeys, hearing my grandeur, were excited and said to me, "Hey, buddy, I didn't expect you to be a bootlickers. May I ask for your esteemed name?" I am Chen, a bootlicker in the Golden Core realm. With all my nonsense, even my wife almost believed it. "Hey, is that your real name?" "Of course not. Just fooling around with a couple of idiots." I heard my wife was speechless. When you start lying, you really sound convincing. Detected the host's skyrocketing reputation, becoming renowned at the 9-state gathering, taking the first step towards task 3 accordingly. Reward, 10,000 domain value. Did this domain value just come out of nowhere? Should I boast even more to earn more? It seems I made the right choice not to immediately kill that imposter. As long as this guy keeps showing off, I'll complete task 3 faster. This is the ultimate tool for leveling up tasks. He. You like Chen Chang'an's identity, don't you? I'll lend it to you temporarily. Make good use of it, and earn me a lot of domain value. The governor of Cloud State and this imposter are also like-minded. Birds of a feather. They quickly started chatting with each other. Also, thanks to the senior for exterminating that green-haired ghost immortal. Otherwise, Ghost State would have been in great turmoil. Yes. The senior's act of annihilating an immortal with a single palm was truly spectacular. I heard that the green-haired ghost immortal had reached the immortal realm, but still lost to the senior. The imposter couldn't help but feel a tingling sensation when hearing the word immortal. If a real immortal comes, can I defeat or escape from them? The hot-headed man also presented his treasure to the imposter, seeking his help. Seeing the immortal treasure in front of him, the imposter's eyes sparkled. It's definitely a top-notch immortal treasure. I need to find a way to trick it into my hands. The other governors of states couldn't help but worry. If it's really successfully refined, I'm afraid he would be the strongest among the 9 governors of states. Although the imposter was tempted by the immortal treasure in front of him, he still pretended to be composed. "Why should I help you?" The hot-headed man was not clueless either, and directly revealed his social connections and worldly wisdom. Instantly, golden light appeared, and the little lackeys around recognized it. This is the immortal phoenix herb. Having it is like having an extra life. He actually gave away such a profound treasure. The hot-headed man was extremely satisfied with the reaction of the little lackeys around him, continuously waving the herb in front of the imposter. "Senior, I wonder what you think about this." But the imposter didn't take it directly. Instead, he took out an immortal treasure from his embrace. The aura of that immortal treasure instantly swept the whole scene. Turns out it was also an immortal treasure. The surrounding audience members were amazed. Nangong Tianwen also recognized it. It was the monk's relic. Seeing that his show was in place, the imposter casually expressed that he didn't lack these things. The hot-headed man immediately faced a dilemma. Just then, the imposter followed up with a move of feigning indifference, stating that he didn't need anything, and offering his help. Indeed, the brainless hot-headed man eagerly agreed, and begged the imposter to accept his precious item. Then, the imposter turned to the little lackeys below the stage, saying he could refine the immortal treasure for everyone, with the condition that they would go to Flying Immortal Mountain to retrieve it after a month. Afterwards, the group of lackeys hurriedly offered their treasures to the imposter one after another. The imposter was thrilled, truly making a fortune. They really are a group of easily deceived fools. Just as the imposter was about to leave, the governor of Cloud State hurriedly approached, trying to persuade him to stay. Upon learning that there were still more gullible fools, the imposter immediately smiled and said he would gladly oblige. Seeing how smoothly this guy was deceiving and manipulating others, I couldn't help but applaud. That night, with a few flashes, I arrived outside this guy's house. Seeing him drooling over a pile of treasures, it was quite amusing. This guy is quite extravagant. Tomorrow, I'll deceive a few more gullible fools, and make a big profit before leaving this place. But before leaving, I have to teach that insolent guy who offended me a lesson. So I asked him, "Is that so? How do you plan to teach him a lesson?" But this fool, upon hearing my words, still didn't react. and muttered to himself as he answered me, "Of course, I'll first put a sack over that guy, beat him up severely, and let him know that I'm not someone to be messed with. Then I'll sell that guy to the Harmony sect, letting him be drained of his essence by the enchantresses until he dies." As he became more and more excited while speaking, I just directly put him in the sack. At this moment, the imposter also realized it. "Wait, who is it?" I cooperatively answered. "Of course, it's me, your grandpa. How can a tool like you be more arrogant than me? You're asking for a beating. Watch me beat you to death today." Under my relentless blows, the sound of this guy's screams continued to echo. Who exactly is this? Is it an enemy or the real Chen Chang'an? Or perhaps a robber? Damn it. I was caught off guard and betrayed. Maybe it's better to beg for mercy for now, and then find the right opportunity to deal with him. After a beating, the cries for mercy gradually faded away. Has this guy already passed out? After checking, it turned out that even the imposter couldn't withstand it, and I knocked him unconscious. Fortunately, I didn't kill him. After all, he still has some usefulness. As for these treasures, you tricked them to come here. Naturally, I'll take care of them for you first. After all, dealing with such wickedness is my specialty. As for you, just continue obediently working for me, since every time you deceive, I'll seize the opportunity to steal. I have my eyes on you, my precious." At this moment, a young lady outside the house opened the window. She heard that a big shot lived next door, but what she saw directly shocked her for 10,000 years. Outside the window, there was a handsome naked man hanging on the wall, exposed to the evening breeze, and upon feeling the coolness beneath his crotch, the imposter shivered and regained consciousness. The young lady beside her even screamed out, "Pervert! Catch the pervert! There's a naked man here who's pretending to be Chen and acting like a pervert. Pervert!" He directly broke free from the rope in his hand and put on a calm demeanor, making a big fuss over nothing. A cultivator is not bound by trivial matters. This is my secret cultivation technique. "Miss, please don't tell anyone." The young lady was dumbfounded by the imposter's words, thinking, could it be that by practicing the cultivation technique while being naked, the cultivation speed really increases? Although he seemed calm outside the house, once back inside, the imposter was furious. "My spiritual weapon, my immortal treasure, my spiritual herbs. Damn it, I'll definitely tear that thief into 1,000 pieces." But soon he calmed down. "It seems I can't leave now no matter what. I have to use Chen Chang'an's reputation to deceive more gullible fools. As for that guy, I'll make sure you die." At the same time, I let out a sneeze. Such a nuisance. I guess those fangirls at home are missing me. After the 9-state summit ends, I'll return to my true form and visit them. Just as I was about to go back inside directly, the two people below caught my attention. This is my wife, and there's actually another man. A man and a woman alone at night. Could it be that someone has stolen my thunder? And that man who's trying to steal my thunder is now threatening my wife, Sister Jiang Shanchu. Considering our long-standing relationship and mutual understanding between our families, how about you bring the Jiang family's clan token and marry me? As he spoke, he even reached out to touch her. With the merger of our Jiang and Feng families, with my father in charge, Uncle Jiang will surely be able to keep his life. And my wife didn't disappoint me either. She immediately slapped away the little lackey's dirty hands. "You're dreaming, you despicable scum. Back when your Feng family was besieged by demonic cultivators, my Jiang family helped you escape multiple times, and countless elders lost their lives because of it. Now, not only are you ungrateful, you even want to kick my Jiang family when we're down. You and your Jiang family are a bunch of ungrateful bastards." Seeing this, I calmed down. Presumably, this little lackey is the root cause of the tragedy that befell my wife in the story. The little lackey, seeing that my wife wasn't buying it, revealed his filthy intentions outright. "You're just a useless pawn. What use is the position of family head to you? Instead of being swallowed up by others, it's better to obey me directly. Considering you have some looks, I'll give you the title of a concubine. I'm actually saving you, giving you a home. Don't worry, after you follow my Jiang family, I'll take good care of you." My wife can no longer tolerate the dirty hands of this little lackey in front of her. She drew her sword, ready to cut into pieces, but I was faster. "Hey, you dare to repeatedly harass my wife. Do you think I'm blind?" What I didn't expect was, this little trash, facing death, actually dared to turn around and question me. "Which bastard dares to disturb your grandpa's good time?" I didn't waste any words with him either, and landed a punch directly on this kid's face. "You even dared to question me. You've got the guts, huh?" After knocking down the little lackey with a punch, my wife noticed my dashing figure, and directly shouted, "Husband." My wife called me husband for the first time, and I was suddenly filled with excitement. "Don't be afraid, wife. You have your husband here." "Hey, that little trash. Heard you're good at fighting. Stop pretending to be dead over there, but your body is so weak. I lightly kicked you and you flew away." "My wife, this guy is trying to pull off a scam." Upon hearing my mocking words, The little lackey became enraged and charged at me. "Who's this stinky brat? I'll kill you." Seeing this, my wife directly stood in front of me, blocking this imminent little lackey. Fighting within the 9-state summit is prohibited. Violators will be disqualified from participating in the Prodigy tournament. Seeing my wife, the kid stopped unwillingly. "So, you're a useless guy with a pretty face. No wonder you dared to refuse my favor. Just wait and see. At the Prodigy tournament, I'll make you pay." And my wife, she's not backing down either. "If you dare to harm my husband, you will have a problem with my Jiang family. I have remembered everything you did to my husband today. One day, I will seek revenge." Afterwards, she grabbed my hand and led me into the house, and I provocatively looked at this little lackey. Children with wives are like treasures, while little lackeys without wives die early. "Goodbye to you." My words directly shattered this little lackey's defense. It seems this kid, despite mingling for so many years, is still a virgin. In his heart, he secretly vowed to have him sent to the ugly women convention and make him suffer. But in the next moment, a flame ignited on this little lackey's shoulder, instantly engulfing his entire body. It was the same immortal flame that once burned the 12 immortal to ashes, and this little lackey was the first to be burned into a dried-up stick, wailing in despair, turning into faint blue smoke. How could I possibly let it go when this little brat dared to steal my wife? I'm not that forgiving. Congratulations to the host for killing the central figure of the refreshing novel incident, completely changing Jiang Xuanchu's destiny, and receiving a system reward of 20,000 domain value points. I escorted Jiang Xianchu back to her room, and from the adjacent room came indescribable sounds. I escorted her to the room and prepared to leave, but she grabbed my wrist and said, "Wait, Ben." Blushing, she tightly hugged my arm, and brought me into her room, pressing me against the wall, closely snuggling in my embrace, and said, "You heard what happened between me and Feng Outyin just now, right? Why did they do that? Jiang family didn't do anything to offend them." I comforted her. "Silly girl, in this world, everyone is driven by their own interests. When it comes to the rise and fall of families, it's a matter of winners and losers. Since they have the intention to swallow up the Jiang family, you just need to turn the tables and swallow them. Don't worry too much." Jiang Xianchu couldn't free herself from leaning against me at this moment. It seems that between husband and wife, even if they don't consummate their marriage, some physical contact can enhance their feelings. "So, could I indulge a little more, without any problems?" Immediately, Jiang Xianchu leaned in and kissed me. Several hours later, Jiang Xianchu shyly turned around. "It's getting late, let's rest quickly." As a result, I spent a night in great agony. Within the Cloud State Mountains, a set of dry bones was absorbing the energy of countless extraordinary souls. After all this time, they only transmitted this little bit of extraordinary soul to me. What a bunch of useless people. The red-haired woman beside him agreed and said, "I've said it before, the mortal realm is just a group of useless maggots. They should all be eradicated." Fortunately, we obtained that thing in advance, and the treasure in her hand is the Azura command, capable of commanding 100,000 heroic spirits from the upper realm. She dripped a drop of her blood onto the command token, and as the command token successfully recognized its master, the red-haired woman chanted a spell, awakening the dark spirit from the depths of time and space, and the soldiers who emerged from the ground exuded an unparalleled aura. Seeing the formidable soldiers before them, the red-haired woman exclaimed domineeringly, "We're going to the 9-state summit this time, to seize the 9-state cauldron." The skeletal soldiers below also shouted in unison, "As you command, Master." That voice shook the heavens, revealing an unmatched aura. The next day, the highly anticipated Heavenly Pride competition officially began. According to the scoring system for participation, individuals only need to reach 500 points within the specified time to enter the finals. Each token of an extraordinary soul is worth 10 points. The disciples in the arena also demonstrated their skills. Vines swept out one after another, instantly knocking out 2 disciples. On my wife's side, every swing of her sword was a critical hit, overturning countless trash. As for the gorilla world, they had the advantage of size, pressing down on the entire field like Mount. One by one, the female disciples of the Heavenly Fragrance sect became a beautiful scenery in the competition. The group of lackeys discovered me, a precious golden core realm cultivator. While hiding and seeking, they couldn't wait and rushed towards me. Seeing the bald donkey charging at me, I transformed my palm into a claw, and swiftly grabbed under the donkey's body with a move called Monkey Stealing Peaches. That's how I, without revealing my cultivation and causing harm, obtained the first token in this round. As I threw each lackey out of the arena, the sound of resentment echoed throughout the competition venue. "Chen, the bootlicker, I have nothing in common with you." I paid no attention to the yelling of these lackeys. "Then call the police if you want." A black hand took advantage of my defenselessness and grabbed at my back. I had no intention of turning my head for this, because I had already entrusted my back to my most trusted wife. And my wife didn't disappoint my trust. She swiftly appeared and knocked down the lackey. Don't touch my husband. Now I have 200 points. I still need to keep going. As the competition became more intense, more and more heavenly pride contestants were thrown out. As someone with the strength of the golden core realm, I became the focus on the field. The red-headed man shouted, Chen Chang'an, why haven't the 3 immortal family sects from Cloud State arrived yet? Could it be that they don't give face? Suddenly, a shout rang out. Elders from the Shi family, Tang family, and Zhong family, come. Chen Chang'an calmly replied to the red-headed man, they have arrived, haven't they? As the 3 elders arrived, the old man with a white beard felt slightly embarrassed. This pressure even overshadowed Senior Chen, a true horizontal strike immortal without a doubt. Chen Chang'an saw his eldest brother appear, and quickly went up to act as a bootlicker. Then a sly man started talking about eternal life bodies and the eternal life sect. The preliminary round finally came to an end. The old man with a white beard was shocked that I, as a golden core realm cultivator, made it to the finals. The green-clothed man mocked nonchalantly, this competition is getting more and more rubbish. Even a golden core realm cultivator can make it to the finals. But soon, this man in green clothes noticed something. This attire, this person is from the eternal life sect. There are actually remnants of the eternal life sect here. People around began to cast surprised glances, displaying immense shock. Could this kid be the one who was saved by Fengqi in that day, the suspected eternal life body? One by one, the old folks started to target me, claiming that they needed to consume the eternal life body to resist the immortals of the higher realm. The man in green clothes became even more excited. My big blade has been itching with anticipation. You stinky kid. Strong malicious intent detected against the host. With the prompt from System Dad, my gaze penetrated all obstacles, and looked at the group of gullible fish. Have the little fish taken the bait? Congratulations to the 10 Heavenly Pride contestants from Cloud State, the 8 from Thunder State, the 10 from Wind State, and the 2 from Ghost State for successfully advancing to the finals. The finals will begin in half an hour, and the rules are one-on-one duels drawn by lots. Just as the host was leading the contestants to proceed with the next round of drawing lots, Chen Chang'an suddenly interrupted, saying, wait a moment, other nascent soul realm participants can participate in the upcoming drawing of lots, but not that golden core realm kid. Don't ask why, I just don't like him. Upon hearing Chen Chang'an's clucking sound, the surrounding lackeys voiced their doubts about me. That's right, so many nascent soul realm cultivators were eliminated, yet that golden core realm kid made it to the next round. He must have cheated, the Lord of Cloud State said. That golden core realm kid, we suspect you have taken forbidden drugs, disrupting the rules of the Heavenly Pride competition, and tarnishing the reputation of our 9-state gathering. We, as governors of the states, will conduct an interrogation and investigation on you. As for the other Heavenly Pride contestants, continue with the final battles. Upon witnessing this, my wife immediately stood by my side, grabbing my arm. Husband, I'll go with you. I'll prove your innocence. Even if the sky falls, I will be by your side. Seeing the earnest and adorable appearance of this silly girl, a warm feeling rises in my heart. It's alright, I'll handle it myself. You focus on participating in the upcoming competition. Maybe, the esteemed governors of the states have misunderstood and wronged me. Seeing that my wife is still unwilling to give up and wants to speak again, I put on the domineering demeanor of a cool male protagonist I learned from movies, lightly placing a finger on my wife's lips, and naturally wrapping her in my embrace. In the upcoming finals, you must work hard, and bring back the championship for me. Let me experience the taste of being the husband of the top Heavenly Pride. You won't disappoint me, right? Speak up, and I'll leave with a swish of my sleeves, leaving behind my handsome figure. And my wife, of course, easily falls for my little trick. I will definitely win the championship, and you will return safely later. I have a surprise prepared for you. Afterward, with an arrogant stride, I step into the so-called Grand Hall. Inside the Grand Hall, all the old folks, including the horizontal strike immortal, have gathered. The invisible pressure weighs upon me. Previously, Brother Green Snake mentioned the downfall of the Eternal Life sect, which is related to the 3 major immortal families in Cloud State. However, the strength of the Eternal Life sect is sufficient to rival the immortal families, so it seems there are hidden reasons for the downfall of the Eternal Life sect. A group of hypocritical pseudo-gentlemen, solely driven by self-interest, abandoning their own kind. Now they have the audacity to sit under the banner of justice. It truly disgusts me. That old guy also acts high and mighty. Kid, why aren't you kneeling and paying respects? To this, I show no fear at all. Old man, I only kneel before the dead. I'm afraid you can't handle it. You suspect that I used forbidden objects, right? Why don't you dare to come and check? Seeing me being so arrogant, Chen Chang'an also becomes excited. Such an arrogant kid, truly ignorant of the heights of heaven and the depths of the earth. The onlookers quietly start discussing when they see the scene. Is this kid crazy? Our 9 states can survive because of the existence of the immortal families. What does this kid know? The heavenly fragrance sect people also start discussing. Chen, the bootlicker, turned out to be such a person. I knew from the beginning that he wasn't a good person, the sect master also firmly says. No matter what happens later, he is not a member of our heavenly fragrance sect. He's not worthy. Then the pink-haired woman suggests, although he cannot cultivate the eternal life body, all disciples within the eternal life sect are in the transcendence realm. To ensure nothing is amiss, let's check his identity and cultivation level again. Well, since you're not pretending anymore, I won't pretend either. Soon, my cultivation breakthroughs the nascent soul realm and reaches the peak of the transcendence realm. Seeing my cultivation continuously ascending, the creepy old man can't help but laugh uncontrollably. Truly the folly of the eternal life sect. Now, there are dozens of constraints to accuse you of. Chen Chang'an, with a righteous appearance, is ready to watch the show, and that strongest green-robed leak is still savoring the tea in his hand, completely unaware that death is getting closer and closer. But my cultivation doesn't stop there. It continues to ascend, with the upheaval caused by the upper realm and the lower realm. You old folks don't want to unite against external threats, but still try to take advantage and attempt to reach for the sky, even harming the eternal life sect. The pink-haired woman sees my cultivation continuously rising, her confident demeanor completely gone. What's going on with this kid? But the green-robed leak remains indifferent. Transcendence realm cultivation. That further indicates that he is a core disciple. That's a good thing. And the old man instantly gained confidence, slamming the stool and standing up. Tell me. Following that is the pressure emanating from the group of lackeys. But this level of pressure is nothing more than fluttering my cloak. Jiang Xianchu should have started the competition by now. As long as she can obtain the top position, Task 1 will definitely be completed. As for Task 3, there is no clear direction anyway. The most important thing now is the matter concerning the Eternal Life sect. The cliched plot of pretending to be weak and striking back should come to an end. Interrogation of ignorant youths, pressing them to commit crimes. Such web novel tropes hold no sway over me. Chen Chang'an, and the pink-haired woman is dumbfounded. Why is this guy's cultivation still continuously rising? In just a moment, it has already reached the refining void realm, and the green-robed leak teases the old man next to him. Look at how frightened you've made him. He can't even speak. Kid, don't be afraid. As long as you tell me the whereabouts of the eternal life body, I guarantee your safety. I see you have a good relationship with that girl on the field. Is she your wife? We wouldn't mind having a chat about life in a little dark room with her. If the young friend doesn't cooperate, you'll probably end up as nothing but bones. Immediately, he burst out with his killing intent, and the 9 governors in the surroundings instantly collapse under this momentum. Seeing him acting so smug, even overshadowing my presence, I immediately felt unhappy, directly reaching out and grabbing him. Even the leak didn't have time to react, before I grabbed him in my hand and slammed him mercilessly onto the ground. I'm telling you, as an ant, you should have a bit of self-awareness, okay? Get your position straight. Unexpectedly, even after receiving my lesson, this leak still hasn't recognized his own place. He started cursing at me, while also launching an angry strike towards me. Seeing this punch that seemed like a slow-motion replay, I casually blocked such a feeble punch. No one wants you even if you're bouncing cotton. Let me show you what a real man's punch looks like. Then, I proceeded to showcase my personal boxing performance. There aren't many people in the mortal realm who can take a punch from me and survive. After a severe beating, fear finally appeared in the eyes of this leak. Forget it. I'm done playing. In your next life, reincarnate properly and face reality. I only increased the input slightly, and the entire Cloud State city collapsed completely under my earth-shattering strike. The lackeys who were just throwing stones into a well were instantly dumbfounded in place. Even the boss who had just become a horizontal strike immortal had no power to fight back in his hands. Monster. He's a monster. As the protagonist, I didn't bother paying attention to the thoughts of these insignificant little fish. I walked straight towards the highest seat. The power show from earlier has already been demonstrated. Now it's time for my personal show of arrogance. Upon detecting the host defeating the only horizontal strike immortal, it intimidated the governors of the states and the sect masters of the surrounding sects, taking a big step towards completing Task 3. Reward, 20,000 domain value. Oh, the system daddy is so generous. The ants below. From now on, this place is Chen Chang'an's paradise. Next, we'll enter the QA session. If anyone dares to go against me, making up lies and fabrications, I'll take your lives. And those lackeys who were just interrogating me moments ago could only barely withstand the overwhelming aura I casually released. Isn't this guy Chen Bootlicker? Why did he become Chen Chang'an again? He shares the same name as Senior Chen Chang'an and possesses great strength. Could he be the real Senior Chen Chang'an? Just as they were shocked, my questions followed suit. First question: who is the mastermind behind the destruction of the Eternal Life sect? However, these lackeys seem to have rehearsed it beforehand, as not a single person spoke, and they collectively fell into silence. No one wants to talk. It seems like you all are quite skilled in protecting each other. I suppose you must have done plenty of sneaky things like this before. Well, I'm sorry to disappoint you all, but you're going to die together. May it bring solace to the spirits of the deceased disciples of the Eternal Life sect. After speaking, I released the pressure from my body, and those lackeys couldn't withstand it any longer. Instantly, their blood surged, and they coughed up blood like dogs at death's door. Where is the authority of the governors of the states now? At this moment, the most arrogant and despicable old man from earlier was the first to speak up. Big brother, don't kill me. I'll talk. It's the Voodoo Demon sect. They are the masterminds. They forced us to do this in order to obtain the eternal life body. Chen Chang'an was also not someone we approached at Bronze Ancient Mountain. He was captured by people from the Voodoo Demon sect. With someone breaking the silence, the rest of the people began to beg for mercy like bootlickers, actively pleading with me. This matter has nothing to do with us. Senior, please have mercy and spare our lives. I am willing to serve you wholeheartedly, devoting myself to you. Yun Chang'an couldn't help but feel contempt for these people, seeing how eagerly they pleaded. What a bunch of fools. He is from the Eternal Life sect. Do they think he will spare us just because we beg for mercy? He will definitely kill us to avenge the fallen disciples of the Eternal Life sect. I don't want to die. I need to think of a way. Seeing them begging for mercy made me feel disgusted. Do you think I'm a fool being taken advantage of? They still think they can deceive me at a time like this. Very well, you can all die. Seeing me being so decisive and ruthless, Yun Chang'an became even more terrified. This guy is insane. Doesn't he know that killing us will cause chaos in the 9 states? Who can stop him? The opportunistic individuals from the Heavenly Fragrance sect have also cowered together. It's over. Now that he's gone berserk, we're finished. The 9 states gathering is not yet over. I suggest the host temporarily refrain from killing them. If we kill them, it will pose some difficulty in completing task 3. With the prompt from System Daddy, I calmed down as well. It seems it's not the right time yet. These people still have some use, it seems, so let's keep them around a little longer. After the task is over, we can send them to heaven. At this moment, the imposter who pretended to be me boldly walked in. I heard that the Golden Core Realm kid took forbidden drugs, so I came here specially to see this evildoer. You insolent brat, for your previous offense against me. Now I have the perfect opportunity to kick you when you're down. Today, I will make sure you can't die any deader. But everything that came into the imposter's view left him dumbfounded. What's going on here? Yun Chang'an, upon seeing the sudden arrival of this person, felt a spark of hope ignite within him. He must be the real Senior Chen. He will surely be able to take care of this lunatic in front of him with ease. Then, without hesitation, he charged towards the imposter. Senior Chen, please intercede for us. He is concealing his cultivation and trying to kill us. Senior, please kill him quickly. He is an evil practitioner. And the imposter didn't hold back, speaking directly. Don't worry, as long as I'm here, he won't have a chance to cause trouble. Damn it, I was just looking for an opportunity to kill him, but I didn't expect him to come to me willingly. It's perfect for me to show off in front of these governors of the states, making it easier for me to continue bluffing and deceiving in the future. I heard you're quite fierce, kid. These lackeys charged at me directly. Evil practitioner, take this. Feeling confident, Chin Bootlicker, go to hell. Seeing this imposter who has been pretending to be me for a while, I finally caught up with you. Others are off limits to kill, but I was just thinking about letting off some steam. Looks like you didn't take the path to heaven, and instead barged into hell. With just a thought, I instantly crushed this imposter underfoot. How dare you show off in front of me? Let me show you what it means to have your face slapped at the speed of light. And then, this imposter writhed in pain on the ground, screaming in agony one after another. The hearts of the surrounding governors of the state sank to the bottom of the abyss. How could this happen? How could Senior Chen fail to kill this Chen Bootlicker? A terrifying thought emerged, and I steadily approached the imposter. You piece of shit, do you like using my name? Finally, the imposter recovered from the shock. Trembling all over, he asked, who are you? I am the one who exterminates immortals, and destroys ghost immortals, the most badass in the mortal realm. Chen Chang'an. After hearing me admit it with my own mouth, everyone finally realized the kneeling lackey before them was just an imposter, manipulated and deceived by this imposter. So, Chen Bootlicker is not just sharing the same name as Chen Chang'an Sr., but is actually the real Chen Chang'an. Regret and unwillingness surged in the hearts of the Heavenly Fragrance sect and others. You insolent brat, I wanted to see how far you could go while using my name, but alas, you've painted yourself into a corner. However, you are the boldest person I've ever seen. The imposter's heart was filled with scenes from the past, flashing before before his eyes. No wonder he kicked me in front of everyone. No wonder I was inexplicably beaten up in the room. No wonder the things I worked hard to deceive were stolen. It turns out the clown was me all along. The imposter, who understood everything, no longer hesitated. He took out his treasured life-saving artifact and prepared to escape. But how could I let the duck that was in my mouth fly away? With a gentle grab in the air, that imposter gloriously went to heaven. And this grand performance naturally wouldn't be complete without my specialty act, barbecue party. Instantly, the corpse was engulfed in flames, turning into billowing smoke. Congratulations to the host for killing a Transcendence Realm 8th level cultivator, earning 2,000 domain value. Detecting that the host has once again shocked the governors of the states and the heads of top sects, an additional reward of 30,000 domain value is granted. Then, I shifted my gaze to Chen Chang'an, who couldn't stop screaming. It seems you enjoyed calling my name earlier, didn't you, little kid? Chen Chang'an also knew his situation well, begging for mercy while kneeling frantically. Great hero, handsome guy, immortal, please spare my life. Seeing the adorable Chen Chang'an terrified like this, I stepped forward to comfort him. Don't worry, how could I bear to kill you? Detecting the completion of Task 1, assisting Jiang Xianchu in becoming the top genius of the 9 states, becoming the man behind him. The progress is nearing completion, rewarding the host with 30,000 domain value. Seeing such good news, I couldn't help but feel ecstatic. So, I gently touched Chen Chang'an, using a compressed version of the one-yang finger technique. Then, I turned towards those few lackeys and said, let's all go to the final arena. Remember to smile. Clarify that I didn't take any banned substances. Those lackeys quickly nodded and bowed, agreeing to my request. The competition on the arena had already reached a heated stage. Jiang Xianchu continued to use her familiar move, and with the final decisive strike from my wife, those lackeys instantly exploded, successfully claiming the championship of the Prodigy Grand Competition. Indeed, my wife is truly handsome. But just then, the sky suddenly tore open, revealing a large hole. Countless lightning bolts erupted, seemingly tearing the sky apart. From within that void, a figure slowly descended. It seems I arrived just in time, detecting the reincarnated child, the Azura's son. It seems there are new suckers coming willingly. The surprises just keep coming. The lackeys on the arena were irritated by the sudden appearance in the sky. Who let this madman out of the mental hospital? Someone, come and handle this. The reincarnated child, the Azura's son. This is the second reincarnated child after the bald donkey. Why are these guys flooding into the mortal realm, one after another? What are they after? The governors of the states saw the person in the sky, who only had Transcendence Realm cultivation, and their confidence grew instantly. Damn it, how dare a mere Transcendence Realm act so arrogantly? It seems like you're tired of living. The Azura's son didn't show any response to their provocation. He seemed completely indifferent to their barking. The rest of the governors of a state became irritated by his dismissive attitude. Young man, it seems you haven't experienced the harsh reality of society. Then stay here forever. Just then, behind the Azura's son, numerous ferocious and grotesque skeletons and demons emerged, chattering and making noise. They were truly annoying. Are the ants of the mortal realm only capable of making empty threats like this? Perfect. All 9 governors of a state have gathered. Go, kill them all. With the command given, the skeleton soldiers rushed forward, competing to kill the people on the ground. A battle of unprecedented scale had officially begun, but those cultivators from peaceful times were no match for these monsters. They were instantly defeated one by one. Soon, more and more cultivators abandoned their dignity and scattered in all directions, trying to escape. Help! Mom, save me. I don't want to die. But their desperate cries sounded feeble and fragile in the face of the skeleton army. The Azura's son in the air became even more annoyed. The wailing of these ants is too ear-piercing and utterly lacking elegance. Hurry up and clear these insects away and bring the 9-state cauldron of them. However, the skeleton army couldn't quite handle the real powerhouses. With a wave of Mangi's hand, the soldiers were instantly annihilated. The strength of these monsters ranged from nascent soul realm to transcendence realm at most. Quick, take away all the nascent soul realm prodigies. We can't let them die here. No, their numbers are too great. They have surrounded the entire 9-state venue. There's nowhere to escape. I can only hope that Amiao, that girl, obediently stays on the flying boat and doesn't sneak out. But the lackeys in the arena were filled with despair in their eyes. Are we going to die here like this? I have elderly and young ones depending on me. Big brother, spare me. Seeing the desperate situation before him, the old man with a white beard felt hopeless. It seemed that only by calling upon Senior Chen Chang'an could this be resolved. As the red-haired man witnessed one prodigy after another dying before him, he became increasingly furious. he charged directly towards the Azura's son. You, with only Transcendence Realm cultivation, once I eliminate you, these monsters will disappear. Watching the reckless young man charging towards him, the Azura's son didn't even move a muscle. What a foolish guy. Suddenly, a heavily armored skeleton soldier blocked the Azura's son's path, and with a spear, pierced through the charging young man. The heavily injured red-haired man trembled as he said, "There are monsters that can rival the peak of the refining void realm as well. This number, it's just terrible." In a flash of blade light, my wife severed a skeleton soldier in half at the waist, but in the next moment, the severed skeleton soldier instantly healed itself. Can't these monsters be killed? No, they are too strong. My husband is only at the peak of the golden core realm. I need to quickly go to his side and protect him. Suddenly, a tremendous pressure descended, and Jiang Xianchu was suppressed by this formidable force. Unable to move, behind him, a figure swiftly appeared behind my wife, striking down fiercely, trying to sneak attack my wife. "Huh, did you get my permission?" Then, with a slight movement of my fingertips, that figure instantly dissipated into domain value and disappeared. Host kills the upper realm's Azura's soul, gaining 5,000 domain value. Just as I was thinking, my wife, captivated by my magnificent entrance, fell backwards. At that moment, a system prompt suddenly came through. After completing the mission, the host and Jiang Xianchu will no longer have any contact. Forcibly intervening will bring adverse effects to the host. With the system's unexpected prompt, I hesitated and didn't dare to rush forward. What if it really harms my wife? But now is not the time to ponder over this. So, I said to my wife, "Go to a safe place and stay there. Protect yourself. Husband, you should be hiding behind me. I will protect you until the end." The old man with a white beard also regarded me as the most dazzling light in his life. "Senior, please lend us your hand and save us." The people from Heavenly Fragrance sect also realized the situation. "Yes, we still have Senior Chen. He can definitely exterminate all these monsters. Senior Chen, please lend us your hand and save us." Yun Changzong shouted like a little girl, "Senior, save us. You are so kind and lovely. You surely wouldn't bear to see us die here." My wife, witnessing the governors of states, who are the pillars of their respective regions, begging me for help, also fell into shock and confusion. Why? Everyone has placed their hopes on my husband, and I heard those individuals who once attempted to harm me now begging me for help like bootlickers. It's truly laughable. Is this what it feels like to stand at the pinnacle of the world? Being invincible is indeed lonely. This game is too easy. Crushing everything is the key. The Azura's son, seeing those people placing their hopes on me, mocked them even more. Just a bunch of worms. Truly makes this immortal laugh till my teeth fall out. And those experienced packets took the opportunity to attack me. Seems like it's time for me to show off. One young finger, a golden light shot straight through the sky. The skeleton army that had just overwhelmed everyone was completely annihilated by my finger in midair. The sound of domain value being credited continuously resounded. The lackeys had never witnessed such an exaggerated scene before, all of them stunned and dumbfounded. "Damn, this is so cool. This is the difference between me and the immortal." The Azura's son looked at me with a slightly higher regard. Does this little brat still possess some strength? While these little girls were still searching for my figure, I had already appeared in front of them effortlessly, raising my hand and delivering a slap that had a 100% chance of hitting. "You people from the upper realm, you really irritate me." A loud smack resounded, striking the face of this little girl hard. "I'll make you stop pretending with me. Do you know that this is my paradise?" These little girls were even more surprised in their hearts. How is his speed and strength so strong? I couldn't even put up any resistance. This can't be possible. And I directly slammed this little girl into the ground with a single palm. But this little girl truly lives up to being the reincarnation of a divine child. She managed to survive under my devastating palm. This little girl became even more furious. Just a lowly bug from the lower realm dares to strike me? Before the Azura could finish speaking, I immediately stomped on her. Eat shit. Everyone felt dumbfounded by the overwhelming power and waves of shockwaves in the battle. Can a person really possess such power? And at this moment, everyone became aware of my true identity. My wife also discovered the truth. I had sensed that my husband was extraordinary before, but I never expected him to be Senior Chen. Then I grabbed the little girl. "Hey, you people from the upper realm, what is your purpose for reincarnating in the lower realm?" Faced with my interrogation, this little girl showed no fear. She even spat at me. "What do you think you are? Dare to question me?" Immediately, she crushed the token in her hand. "Elder Foodie, kill him." Suddenly, a terrifying pressure emanated from the hands of this little girl. The lucky lackeys around us were instantly suppressed by this aura. This is the oppressive power of an immortal. This time, it seems to be an immortal from the upper realm. We're completely finished now. This pressure is even stronger than Senior Chen's power. Then, a green figure emerged and started mocking. "Jade Azura, you've reincarnated once, and you've become weaker. You even resorted to using my trump card to deal with the ants from the lower realm. You still need my help. What a waste. Without hesitation, the ghostly face directly attacked my chest. Then, a green light appeared in my chest, sending me flying backward. After crashing through numerous walls, I finally came to a stop. Seeing me being defeated in a single blow, everyone's hearts sank. The little girls, upon seeing the ghostly face preparing to taunt, immediately cursed at it. Cut the bullshit and kill him quickly. Detected the presence of an immortal from the upper realm, not suppressed by the 9 state laws. The safety of the avatar's life is threatened. Would you like to exchange for a higher level avatar? The host currently has a total of 200,000 domain value. Given the current crisis, if the domain value is insufficient, it can be borrowed, but it will require double repayment in the future. The value of an immortal soldier avatar is 100,000 domain value. The value of an immortal general avatar is 200,000 domain value. The value of an immortal commander avatar is 500,000 domain value. There is currently a discount promotion, all at half price. Seize the opportunity, it won't come again. Would you like to exchange? The ghostly face approached me, continuing its mockery. You didn't die from my attack, you little piece of trash. You're quite impressive. Chen Chang'an, seeing that even I couldn't protect myself, gave up resistance entirely. Be utterly destroyed. I'm done playing. Do whatever you want. You guys, the so-called horizontal strike immortals, are nothing more than a group of frogs clinging to survival with the 9 state laws. If it weren't for the protection of the 9 state laws, even my old yellow dog at home could wipe you out. But I am an immortal with special privileges, unaffected by the 9 state laws, able to unleash my full power. Let me see how strong you, who are hailed as the strongest in the lower realm, can withstand me. My wife, seeing me in imminent danger, rushed towards me without hesitation. Darling, and with a single sword strike, she knocked down the skeletal soldier blocking her path. Get lost. Upon seeing a mere nascent soul realm dare to step forward, that Chen Chang'an I couldn't defeat. A waste dares to be so arrogant. Go and kill her for me. Deduct 300,000 domain value to exchange for earthly immortal, the pinnacle avatar of the immortal general. At the moment of successful exchange, I felt the immense power surging through my body. What's the point of exchanging for an immortal? If you're going to recharge with the most expensive one. After all, I want overwhelming power. The ghostly face also sensed this terrifying power, and for a moment, it stood there in a daze, not knowing what had happened. Hey, you! Did you just say, I'm not even as good as your pet dog? Today, I'll make sure to beat you until even your mother won't recognize you. Seeing this, the ghostly face no longer hesitated, directly summoning its own treasure. Damn it, something's wrong with this kid. Gotta take him out in an instant. Seeing the absurd self-confidence of this thing, I couldn't help but laugh. It took me so much effort to accumulate all this domain value, and it's all being wasted because of this damn beast. Can you withstand this kick worth 200,000 domain value? Then, as expected, the ghostly face was directly slapped away by me. After gliding intimately with the ground for 100 meters, it finally collided with a high wall outside and came to a stop. The recovered ghostly face finally recognized reality, no longer arrogant, but turned into a helpless woman. What have you done? How did you become so powerful? And the remaining half of the sentence was swallowed. Clearly, you were so weak before. While the lackeys were still feeling aggrieved, I instantly appeared in front of him, flashing towards him, carefully examining him. It's really a pity. If I were in the flying immortal mountain, I would have given you a boost, and you would have gained a lot of domain value. Since I can't wait for you to grow up and reap you, let me torment you thoroughly, and taste my newly developed ultimate move, the Turtle School's Kamehameha Wave. The lackey, feeling that even pretending to be pitiful wasn't appreciated, instantly flew into a rage. Don't you have any sympathy, you bastard? It seems I have to use my true skills. Immediately, he quickly formed hand seals with both hands, and unexpectedly, a skeleton appeared behind the lackey out of thin air. Ha ha ha, go to hell. But my show-off skills have no limits. I casually waved my hand, and golden lights radiated from my body, giving off a solemn aura. Accompanied by the sound of chanting, the golden lights quickly spread throughout Cloud City, and everything that the golden lights touched turned to ashes, disappearing completely. The best way to deal with ghosts and monsters is indeed the radiant golden light. When the lackey saw me again, with just a casual wave of my hand, I purified all those overwhelming ghosts and monsters. They were dumbfounded. What is this thing? The leaders of the various provinces once again revised their perception of me. Senior Chen is truly unrivaled in the world. In comparison, we are nothing but ridiculous ants. The girl widened her eyes, as if she couldn't believe what she was seeing. Elder Ghostly Face is an immortal at the immortal general level. How could he be unable to defeat this guy? I must be dreaming. How could this lackey dare to continue? In his heart, he couldn't help but think that this guy was too powerful. Can't defeat him. Can't defeat him. We better hurry and run away with Shura. Luckily, I brought an escape treasure with me when I left. Without a second's delay, he grabbed Shura and was about to escape. Seeing this naive little cutie, still thinking about escaping right under my nose. Isn't it a bit too late, sweetheart? Immediately, I pointed my finger, and a laser shot out, instantly killing this lackey in an instant. Congratulations to the host for killing an immortal general, gaining 1 million domain value, and obtaining a salted fish treasure chest as a drop. The girl, seeing her biggest reliance die before her eyes, was overwhelmed with shock and started screaming madly. Seeing the girl in front of me, I quickly interrupted. Stop screaming, it's annoying. Now, can you tell me the purpose of so many people from the upper realm reincarnating into the lower realm? Replying to the senior, our purpose is to seize the 9-state cauldron. Why do people from the upper realm want the 9-state cauldron? Whoever possesses the 9-state cauldron essentially controls the destiny of the 9-state continent, dominating the entire continent. Having a piece of the lower realm is of great help to future ascension to the position of the Fairyland Lord. Besides me, there are many others ascending to the 9-state continent. As long as the 9-state cauldron is still there, the competition will never cease. And those governors of a state each have a state cauldron, and the 9-state cauldrons combined form the 9-state cauldron. Upon hearing the girl's explanation, the governors of a state panicked in their hearts, afraid that I would kill them in the next second, and take away the 9-state cauldron. No wonder the system prevented me from killing them, so the 9-state cauldron is on them. After the girl finished explaining everything, she also asked, "Can I go now?" "Of course, you can go die. I didn't say you could live just because you finished explaining everything." Congratulations to the host for killing a Transcendence Realm cultivator, gaining 2,000 domain value. The remaining domain value is being calculated. Please wait. In the Shura Fairyland, a lackey rushed into the main hall like a madman, reporting to the Immortal Lord. Jade Azura and the Immortal General's life tokens have shattered. These two worthless individuals who bring more harm than good died at the hands of the ants in the lower realm. Go and summon Hong Luo for me. I have something to instruct her to do. With Shura dead, my plans for many years have become a joke in other fairylands. I must quickly send a new prodigy to reincarnate, so that the treasure land of the 9-state belongs to me. In another fairyland, a young lady was reporting to a graceful figure. Immortal Lord, the spies from Shura Fairyland have reported back. Shura Fairyland's reincarnated prodigy and guardian's life tokens have shattered. There is no possibility of reincarnation anymore. Upon hearing this good news, the figure couldn't help but chuckle softly. This land of the 9-state truly has unlimited possibilities. Otherwise, it wouldn't be one of the coveted lands for many fairylands. Spread the word, contact the guardian of our domain, try to avoid Chen Chang'an, and don't let them meet. Congratulations to the host for killing the reincarnated son of Shura. Additional reward of a salted fish gift package. 20,000 domain value. Hold on, system. There are still some Shura souls left. These are valuable domain values. Wasting them is not a good habit. Let me reap them. With a powerful output from the Dragon of Heavenly Might, the remaining skeletal souls around also show their final value, becoming adorable domain values. Okay, perfectly resolved. Now it's all clean and nothing is left. And the lucky ones who survived are cheering for me. Eternal God Chen, our hero. Senior Chen is amazing. Senior Chen is my unparalleled hero. The host has saved the cultivators of the 9-state gathering, and they admire the host. Task 3. Dominate the 9-state gathering. Progress complete. Reward the host with 30,000 domain values. Domain value settlement completed. The host has annihilated tens of thousands of Shura souls, gaining 3 million domain values. Seeing so many domain values, I directly take off and fly. This feeling is so enjoyable. I won't have to worry and be frugal anymore. And at this moment, my wife has rushed towards me, tears swirling in her eyes. Darling, are you okay? I'm also a bit overwhelmed by this sudden tenderness. Could it be that Jiang Xianchu will come charging over like this? This is too chaotic. And at that moment, a figure suddenly rushed to Jiang Xuanchu's side, embracing my head tightly. Husband, I finally found you. Where were you before? Wait a minute. If this continues, will I be trapped in a love battlefield? So without saying a word, I tossed her away. Wife, I have nothing to do with her. She's just making a fuss. Upon hearing my explanation, Jiang Xianchu, who was previously motionless, pounced at me again. You scared me just now. How is your abdomen? What about your chest and back? Turn around and let me see. Although my wife examined me thoroughly, she still couldn't let go of her worries. It's certain that my body has suffered significant injuries. I have some medicinal liquor for treating bruises there. Later, you can come with me, but the focus right now is not on that. System, what adverse effects did you mention earlier that would affect my wife? After completing task 1, according to the rules, 2 unrelated people will return to their original state. If they forcefully get close, they will face various unexpected misfortunes. Her opportunities and luck will gradually weaken, her cultivation will regress, and she may even fall into demonic cultivation. If it's for her own good, then let's return to the original state. After all, rules are inevitable. No matter how cunning the host is, don't expect to defy the rules. We have all undergone professional training. We won't let the host succeed. Seeing the smug look on the system's face, I secretly vowed, damn you, system, just wait for me. I will definitely crack you. But now is not the time to confront the system. I can only push my wife away with tears in my eyes and utter those heartless words. Please have some self-respect. Just as I turned around to leave, I suddenly heard a shout from behind. Senior Chen. I saw all 9 governors of a state kneeling on the ground and taking out their treasures. The casualties caused by the attack of the immortals were severe, and we are deeply involved. Today, we offer the 9-state cauldron and request Senior Chen to protect these 9 states. We are willing to serve Senior Chen as the ruler of the 9-state cauldron. The small fry outside the scene also echoed, yes, yes. As long as Senior Chen becomes the ruler of the 9-state cauldron, we will no longer fear the immortals from the upper realm. And at this moment, my wife thought, would my husband agree? Originally, after my husband regained his identity as Flying Immortal Mountain Senior Chen, there was already a significant gap between his status and mine. If he were to become the ruler of the 9-state cauldron, would I still have the qualifications to be his Dao companion? Although these governors of a state spoke nicely, upon careful consideration, aren't they just taking advantage of me? As for me, I tend to hold grudges, and I have quite a few bad habits. The position of the ruler of the 9-state cauldron probably isn't suitable for me. Upon hearing my straightforward rejection of the position of the ruler of the 9-state cauldron, the fans in the audience completely broke down. Senior, we can't be without you. Minghe, seeing that I was hesitant, took the lead in expressing her loyalty. Senior, if you have concerns, Minghe is willing to take the lead in resolving all troublesome matters for you. Upon hearing these words, I smiled faintly. Finally, you've taken the bait. The Cloud State Immortal clan colluding with the evil cult, harming our fellow cultivators. The hostility between the upper and lower realms has become an established fact. The 3 major immortal clans still exist, and they will inevitably become a hidden danger sooner or later. It's time to take care of them. What do you think? Once these words were spoken, the surrounding minions all expressed their agreement one after another, showing their typical opportunistic behavior. Senior is right. Governors of a state, stop protecting them. Quickly crush those dogs and hand them over to Senior for disposal. Yun Chanzong, seeing the situation leaning heavily in one direction, cursed inwardly. Beasts. He thought that by becoming the ruler of the 9-state cauldron, Senior Chen would spare our immortal clans in exchange for the goodwill of the world. But he didn't expect this bootlicker Chen to be so vicious, playing dirty tricks. Just as Yun Chanzong was preparing to voice his opposition loudly, the old man grabbed him and brought him back. We should prioritize the overall situation. As long as Senior is willing to become the ruler of the 9-state cauldron, we are willing to listen to all of your commands. Upon hearing the enlightened thoughts of each governor of a state, I nodded approvingly at them and said, well done, well done. These are the people who can accomplish great things. Then I reluctantly accepted the 9-state cauldron. After safely storing the 9-state cauldron, my expression instantly changed. Damn it, did you really think I would let you go? I'll deal with you later. Immediately, the 9 mini cauldrons flew into the sky and merged in an instant, forming a massive cauldron, attracting countless thunder tribulations. Seeing this scene, the governors of a state were prepared to witness history. After all, no one has been able to pass this test for billions of years. Maybe Senior can actually do it. Jiang Xianchu, seeing this grand scene, became even more nervous. At this moment, the heavenly Tao was also giving birth. Just as he was about to marvel that someone could finally become the guardian of the heavenly Tao after billions of years, he caught sight of my tall and handsome figure. Oh my God, I'm impressed. Why is it you again? Seeing an old acquaintance appear, I greeted him warmly. Isn't this my good old buddy? Long time no see. The heavenly Tao seems to have become accustomed to shamelessness of me, but quickly realized what was happening, and asked, you're the one who wants to become the guardian of the heavenly Tao? I confidently nodded. I want to become the protector of the 9 states. Is there a test I need to pass? Upon hearing this, the heavenly Tao immediately changed its tone, cheering with joy, saying, that's great, that's great. Now I also have someone to protect, and it directly transmitted the power of the 9 states to me. Indeed, a delightful story should follow this script. As for the governors of a state, they had never witnessed such an absurd scene before, and they were all dumbfounded, their worldview shattered in an instant. At the moment of becoming the Lord of the 9 states, I also felt an unprecedented and extraordinary sensation, but unfortunately, I had long been invincible. Yet, as I felt the flattery of the entire 9 states, and heard millions of people chanting my name, that feeling was still quite good. Congratulations to the host for obtaining recognition from the 9-state cauldron as the Lord of the 9 states. You are rewarded with 30,000 domain value. The 5.0 upgrade conditions are now open. Condition 1. The host becomes the guardian of the heavenly Tao. Condition 2. Possess 1 million domain value. After the upgrade, a new function will be unlocked, dominion over life and death. Will you upgrade? This system is such a dog. I haven't even warmed up my over 4 million domain value yet. Meanwhile, Jiang Xianchu watched as my figure grew more distant, feeling a sense of grievance within herself. Things were fine between us before. Why did everything suddenly change? Did I annoy him? Could it be that everything before was just his deception? Unable to make sense of it all, she resorted to sulking in place. I just don't understand.